الحمد لله وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah. This app here is a very great app that I was recommended when I was a new Muslim, and I wanted to show some of the benefits that someone can get from this app. And it's called Quran by Quran.com. Inshallah, I'll put a link in the bottom for those who wish to follow it. So I'm going to open it up here, and it's in the App Store. And it's a very nice app, and I'm just going to show some of the ways that someone can use it and get a lot of benefit from it. And there's a ton of this. So going into this, there's surah. So you have surah at the bottom, and you also have ajza. And I like how it breaks it up into ajza with the surah inside of it. So you have like Juz 12, Juz 13, 14, and it'll have the surah inside of it, even though sometimes this breaks it up in the middle, but it actually keeps the surah by itself. You can also break it up in ajza, and then I'll have that ahzab and everything there. So I have like hizb and whatnot. You can go through it this way. Also, I like that it will keep your recent reading. So if you're recently reading, it'll say recent pages here. And so maybe you're reading in a couple different places. Maybe you have something that you're just looking up, or something that you're going through with a khatma. And so it'll do this. Also, it has different masahif here. And so like I like the classic Medina mushaf here. And this is the old one from the Medina one, not the new one. But they also have the new one here as well. And they also have the Tajweed mushaf. The old one here has the best things on it to go through. So also, say if we're looking through one of these things, the first thing that I love about this is the word translation pointer. So we have this word translation pointer, and I talked about this a little bit before, and I have a little video about this particular app. But this word translation pointer is very nice. So Yalij. Okay, so we have this. Also, there's a lot of other things I didn't mention about this app before that I would love to show. And from that, this is that we also have the translation and tafsir that we can look it up. And I recommend for students of knowledge to be very familiar with i'rab when they're going through anything. Try to be mindful of whatever the i'rab is, and also the basic meaning of whatever you're going through. Of course, if someone doesn't know Arabic yet, then maybe they'll get a benefit from some of these English translations. And of course, like the best ones in general usually as like the Khan Hilali, or we also have Sahih International. These are good. Some of the other ones, maybe they're okay. I haven't gone through all of them. Pixel is kind of older, and it's kind of uses some of the weird old English language, as well as Yusuf Ali, and there's some issues in some of these as well. But for like a student of knowledge, they shouldn't be relying on this very much, and they should have something such as like the Tafsir al-Jalalain, or also if they want something else that's easy, you also have the Mukhtasar, Arabic Mukhtasar al-Tafsir, and you can just download these by themselves, and it downloads with the text itself, which is really nice. And you have so many other tafsir here, and also other you have other translations as well. And so then you can see and just check what you want here to show up on the, when you go up here, you either have the Arabic, which is like the Musaf version, you have the translation, tafsir up here, and I can switch it over to here, and I can also take the Quran size, make it bigger, smaller, and make the translation size smaller if I wish to. And also it has the light mode. This is really nice. So you can switch it to dark, and that makes it easy if you're reading at night, or you can put it at auto, and it'll just follow whatever the app is at, or like the general settings. And so here's great. Here's something that's great. So you have alhamd. مبتدأ مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. And so this is nice. It gives you all the i'rab that you would want here. Of course, you can. There's definitely more when someone is looking at i'rab, but this is nice. And this is the i'rab from Markaz Tafsir, and this is a good one. And there's another i'rab here that someone can look at, I believe. That is around here. So this is something someone can look at some of these other versions of i'rab as well. Also, this is for the first version, and you can read more. And I also like to have the Mawsu'atul al-Qira'at. A lot of times this will be very helpful, especially someone who's reading Arabic and studying Arabic, because sometimes you'll find that there's different ways that something will be recited and whatnot, and to think about these. And so this is great. Like Mawsu'atul al-Qira'at, it'll give you these different ways that something is read. And then also, this is one way of doing it. So it's like you're reading, you have the ayah here, and then you have the tafsir under it, and or the whatever you want to add to it. And so then at the end of it, you have so that's the i'rab, and you have the mawsu'at al-qira'at, and then after that you have the tafsir al-mukhtasar. Tafsir al-mukhtasar is nice, where you can have the jalalain, however you want to have it. And you can set that up. And also there's a way just to go for individual, like if you wanted to read it as the Quran, and then you just want to check something, you can just hold on it, and then you would see translation tafsir here, and it'll just put up a little thing at the bottom, and then you can read from here. And this is also another nice way to look at these and go through and check just a single ayah, and you're right back to where you were reviewing the Quran. And also another thing, if there's something that stands out to you, you can add a note very easily. And this is a great way to take some of the things that you pull out of the Quran and use this for what you want to remember about something that comes to you. So this is nice, and you can make it a different color and whatnot. And so this is of the beauties of this app in particular, and I love it. And you can also do a bookmark on the page and whatnot. And so, of course, this app has a lot of uses, and I definitely recommend it for people to use, especially just the fact that you have so many things right at your fingertips. So, like, just that you can look at some of these things. If you want to see a tafsir of something, you can find it right away. And you can also find the i'rab. And if you don't like all of these things here on the little tafsir tab, then you can also just check what you want. So maybe I don't want everything. I just want the qira'at, and I want the tafsir al-Jalalain. So I can put this down, and all I'm going to have is the qira'at, if there are any, and then I'll have the tafsir al-Jalalain at the bottom. And so this is a great way. And I always recommend that someone, if they are memorizing Quran or reading Quran, you shouldn't let yourself go reading the Quran, except that you know what you're reading and understanding it and benefiting from it. The Quran is not something that someone should be just reading so that they can get 10 hasanat for every single harf that they throw over their tongue at super fast speed. But rather, no, this is something that they should be understanding and doing their best to try to apply it in their life and to ponder it. And of course, this is a very important thing. Of course, this app also, just to look at this, it also has like a different, so you have the translations and whatnot, but you can also switch if you want to do it if you want to make it into Arabic, there you can do that in the settings on the applications, like in your program. So when you look at the application settings, you can do that. Not inside the program, but on the Apple settings. And also, you can hold your notes that you've had from a while back. And so this is a beautiful thing. And also, you can have bookmarks here. And also, the searching is actually pretty good. So, فَإِذَا هُوَ زَاهِقٌ. And it has a little bit of leniency into the way that you're searching, which is nice. So these are the benefits that I found with this app, and I hope that people would be able to find benefits as well in that. And of course, like there's some differences. When I was just looking here, like there's a little bit of difference, like at the way that something is written in the Mus'haf, and how it's and also how it is said. And so we can look at that, inshallah, and you'll find a difference, such as as-samawat. So if I were to type in the way that it's written in the Mus'haf, I say samawat. So this works. So if I say samawat, okay, but it also gives me some weird gibberish here. And of course, like if I were to write it the way that we say it, which is with the med, with the alif here, then I'm going to get a lot more. See, there it is. And so you have to keep in mind the way that it would typically be written, and not just write it the way that you would write it if you were writing according to the manuscript. And so I definitely think this is a great application. I use it for most everything that when I review, because this has the same Mus'haf that I memorize from. And so I would hope that this is a great benefit for all of you that are out there looking to benefit from reading the Quran, learning the Quran, and having this at your fingertips. Also on like the iPad, if you were to put this application up, you would be able to have two, and you put it on the landscape mode. You can have the two. You would have the two pages side by side. And so, like on an iPhone, this won't work, but on an iPad, it would work where you had two pages side by side, just like it's in the Mus'haf. And this is a beautiful blessing. And also, of course, lastly, there's also a lot of like playing. Like you can play back a lot of different settings here as well. And although I don't use this all the time, there are definitely a lot of reciters on here for someone to use and to listen to. And so definitely have a lot of ways to go back there. And this is just for listening as well. And I don't use the listening on this app per se a ton. But this is another option that is also there for someone to do. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.